it's Riley. It's day 37 of recovery from phalloplasty, and I have quite a bit of an update here for y'all today. So I ended up going to see my urologist, as we normally do weekly appointments now, basically since coming back from surgery. And today's follow-up was for a few reasons. So I had actually one stitch that was left on the base or on the bottom of my phallus that we didn't realize last time. So we got that one out. And so I'm now 100% officially undissolvable stitch free. And then as well, we kind of just looked at everything, making sure it's all healing well. And there was only really one concern, is that there's still some goop on the underneath the phallus. And so it kind of slightly looks like a little bit different of a texture. So we did swab it, and we're going to send it in again just to make sure if I do need to go back on again a different antibiotic, or just continue taking the ones that I'm on right now, and hopefully that it will help. But everything else, is looking good. A lot of the scabbing is coming off. They're very pleased with how things are starting to look, and the fact that the scabbing is starting to soften up and starting to come off on its own is very, very good. And also, I've been doing things a little bit different. I was told I could start doing more of a Vaseline, so again, kind of like that with my arm, but only just using Vaseline on the scabbing helps soften it up, so kind of like a wet dressing type thing. But yeah, it is actually helping, and I am seeing a lot of changes, so I'm very happy with that. And then the next thing was I previously had sent them pictures yesterday with my arm, and just the updates on the possible tendon, as well as how things look with the granulation tissue, since the eschar tissue has been coming off with our wet dressing and whatnot. So I will say this: it has been now 100% confirmed between 3 of the surgeons or people that I'm in contact with, so Montreal, my urologist, and now the plastics team, that this part down here that I was saying that it could be a possible tendon actually is one. So it is confirmed that that's what it is. And now going forward, my dressing change on my arm is actually going to be changed slightly on how I'm doing that and what dressing is going to be using. So I'm going to go through all of that in tomorrow's video, as I'm not 100% exactly what is going to happen. I was suggested a couple different things from my plastics team, plus also I don't know if they still want to do wet dressings with my nursing care, but they're coming tomorrow, so we'll go through all of that. But yeah, I went from my urologist appointment, and with getting in touch base with the plastics team, I'm very thankful that they were able to squeeze me in today. And I went in a little bit later, so we came home and actually went back. But then within touching base with the plastics team, they looked at my arm, and as I mentioned, they already did confirm when I was in there that yes, it is a tendon. It is something that sometimes happens, just because he's that the areas over the tendons, sometimes it can happen, it's not getting enough blood flow, so sometimes that tissue just doesn't end up taking. It is a bit smaller of a section, so I'm thankful that it's not a large section. He's hopeful that it will close on its own, but it's something we're going to keep an eye on, as if one, we don't want it to get too red, or end up getting numb or infected or anything like that. So we are just keeping a close eye on things as it's continuing to heal, and if we need to make any changes, or need another skin graft, we'll be keeping an eye on things as things progress. So the biggest thing right now would just be just keep continuing to do the dressings. We're going to keep doing, I believe, the silver nitrate treatments. I'm not 100% sure on that, only because we are doing a different dressing change. So again, I will touch up based on that tomorrow, but we have been doing it up until this point, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of changes they want me to do starting tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just thankful to be able to get into the plastics team and be able to have their opinion on things, and just be able to see things. And also, I will be touching base with them down the road, probably in about a month's time, just to make sure that he is okay with how things are looking. And, if there's any changes that are concerning for him, we're able to get in touch base with them. But also, he did end up recommending that I do start doing hand therapy. I haven't been doing my hand therapy things at home for about 2 weeks. And that's not because I didn't want to, it's because it was suggested with how the eschar was looking, and just how thick it was, and also with things and the way that they were healing. Basically, for 2 weeks, my exercise was this, making sure I could move my fingers. That was it. and that's probably for about 2 weeks. But now this plastic surgeon or plastics team has given me the go ahead to go back to doing the stretches and be a little bit more like aggressive, we'll say, at them, but still obviously not pushing myself too much, and just be able to get my mobility back, because I still have a decent amount of mobility, but not like a lot. Like I didn't have very much when I first came out of surgery, and then I gained a little bit of it back, and then it kind of went slightly back a little bit just because I wasn't doing it for the last 2 weeks. But I have found one thing which has been kind of nice, is since the S-car is pretty much now gone, I feel like, the things that I wasn't able to do are a little bit easier now. So like I can almost close my hand again. As you can see, like it's not nearly as open as it was, and then that just like the strength behind my hand is a little bit better. So even though I haven't been doing any of the stretches up until now, starting back to today, it is already better. My swelling has actually gone down quite a bit in my hand. Actually, if you can see that, is because I feel like now the fluids that were in my hand are actually able to flow back through my arm as well. So it has been some positive changes that I've seen with that, and I'm very like grateful for that. But now going into the hand therapy, it'll just help progress that a little bit more. So, I'm just really excited and really happy to, have these changes and be able to like start doing some more things, as well as just seeing the progress on everything. But yeah, like it was a very busy day. It was a very packed day and a lot of new changes, which like I'm going to go over, like I said, with tomorrow's video, and just like, nervous to see how things are going forward. But as always, I'll keep you all up to date. But I think that's pretty much it for today's update, and I'll keep you all up to date as much as possible throughout this entire journey. If there's any questions, topics, or ideas around this surgery, please always feel free to put it down in the comments down below. And if you would like to, there's going to be a link in my description. If you want to go and click that, it's my link tree. It'll give you access to my Amazon wish list and my recovery tip option. If you want to help and support me in any way throughout this recovery, it is appreciated. But as well, it gives you access to all of my other social medias if you want to follow me on other pages, as I do like to post about my journey and other things around that. So I just really appreciate you all watching these videos, and just really appreciate you all being here, part of this. So anyways, bye for now.